Hey Ninja Clan, how you doing? Time for another review. I just want to point out that this will be a negative review. Changed up a little. I didn't know it was going to be negative when I saw the movie, but just bear that in mind. Let's get into today's review. So today I've decided to do a movie that I thought was going to be decent, called Isn't It Romantic? I'll put the cover here, which stars Rebel Wilson, Liam Hemsworth, Adam Devine, Brandon Scott Jones, and I'm probably going to butcher this name, but Priyanka Chopra. I probably butchered that. I don't know how to say that name properly, but again I'll probably put some pictures up so you know who I'm talking about. As always, I'll start with the plot, which says New York City architect Natalie works hard to get noticed at her job, but is more likely to be asked to deliver coffee and bagels than to design the city's next skyscraper. And if things were bad enough, Natalie, a long life cynic when it comes to love, has an encounter with a mugger that renders her unconscious, waking to discover that her life has suddenly become her worst nightmare, a romantic comedy, and she is the leading lady. So I thought, you know, romantic comedy should be enjoyable, but not so much. Now I may be a bit biased because I am not a fan of Rebel Wilson, so I may be a little bit biased in this, but yeah, it's meant to be funny. I laughed twice during the whole movie, maybe once, maybe twice. If you're into cliches, I definitely agree with this. It has every single romantic comedy cliche that you can think of. Without giving too much away, it has an evil boss. They break out into song. Ends up realizing she loves the best friend and not the rich, handsome guy. Has a gay sidekick, you know. The rich guy turns out to be, you know, a bad dude. You know, the boyfriend declares his love. Sorry, the best friend declares his love for the leading lady towards the end, even though he's about to marry someone else. She runs in to stop the wedding. The list goes on. It has every single rom-com cliche that you can think of. It's just, and I was also able to predict how the movie would turn out about 20 minutes into it. There was one bit at the end. I was like, oh, okay, loving that. Oh, okay. But other than that, I was able to predict every single thing that would happen from start to finish, and it just made the movie that much less interesting to me. Because, you know, who wants to watch a movie when you know exactly what's going to happen? No, I don't like watching movies when I know what's going to happen, so it made it that part. As I said, I laughed once or twice. It was just, Rebel Wilson's just not funny. I apologise if there's any big Rebel Wilson fans out there. Shut up phone. I am not one of them. I do not find her funny. I like the Pitch Perfect movies, but I would have probably liked them more if she wasn't in them. Sounds harsh, I know, but that's the way it is. Liam Hemsworth as usually the leading guy. I thought it was interesting to make him the rich guy who turns out to be kind of evil at the end. Yeah, it was kind of like your typical romantic comedy but then with silly, stupid lines from Rebel Wilson thrown in to make it slightly different. And randomly enough, she helped direct and produce the whole thing. So yeah, do the math on that one. So now it came out later this year. For its opening weekend, it made 14 million, according to this website here, which is called Box Office Mojo. It made $14,247,758 on opening weekend. That's not bad, and was ranked third at 3,444 theatres. Its total gross to date is now 48 million. So it's been in release for just over 8 weeks. At the time of filming this, it says 8.1 weeks here. Again, I film on Fridays, go out on Saturdays. That's not bad. Doesn't seem too bad, and that's probably just the American numbers. It's just a .com website, not .com.au, so that's probably just the American numbers. So it doesn't sound like it did too bad. I would give it maybe a 5 out of 10. Probably wouldn't. No, probably. I don't think I'd give it 5.5. I'd give it a 5 out of 10 at the most. Only 2 or 3 stars. Like I said, I didn't particularly enjoy this movie. This is interesting. Rotten Tomatoes give it 69%. Just okay. Not terrible. But the audience, which usually gives it less on Rotten Tomatoes, usually gives it more. Usually you have the Rotten Tomatoes score for the critics, and then there's the audience which likes it slightly more because the critics are harsh. In this case, the critics liked it, but the audience is given a less score at only 50%. And the critics gave it 69%. That's interesting. So the general public seems to like this worse than their critics. I find that very interesting. And IMDb gave it 6 out of 10, so a little bit higher than what I gave it. So yeah, not the greatest scores. It seems to make a lot of money, but then again, I went into this thinking I would enjoy it a lot more than I did. I was a bit skeptical because it had Rebel Wilson in it, but yeah, I still enjoyed it less than I thought I would. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, so in conclusion, I don't recommend going to see this one if you can help it. Yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this review. Remember to like this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already. I bring out new videos every week. Next week is going to be a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory stage show review, because I'm seeing the stage show at the Capitol Theatre tomorrow night. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'll see you next week with that review. And keep your eyes peeled, because coming soon is going to be Best Friend Tag Part 2. If you've been subscribed for a while, you would have seen the first part of the Best Friend Tag, where I asked my best friend Josh 10 questions, and see how many he got right. It wasn't really a tag because we didn't do the opposite of him asking me questions. But that's going to happen. That is coming soon. We've already started to plan that. Not sure exactly when, but keep your eyes peeled because that's coming soon. When I do film it, if you missed part 1, I'll put a link to part 1 in the description of part 2. Alright. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!